Astra. New name.
I'll give you a kiss.
Yeah, okay. That's okay. I'm good with that. I like kisses. You guys, I have my childhood best friend here literally since 3rd grade. We have a fucking tattoo to solidify it, so there's no going back now.
Literally.
Because
No.
I heard tattoo removals are literally like the worst pain in the world. Like
and they're
boiling
worse,
water.
They're worse for you than actually getting a tattoo, like for your skin.
Really?
Yeah.
Like they leave scars?
It pushes the ink further into your skin.
I thought it removes it.
No. Like when it removes it, it pushes like certain chemicals into your skin too from the ink. That's what I've heard. And it's even worse than you.
That. No, literally. I know a girl that got thigh tattoos on the back, and she went to go get hers removed, and she said it's literally like the worst pain she's ever felt in her life.
Never, not
I'm like,
me.
fuck that. You've been seeing like people going to sleep though. Like, have you seen that? Like where they put people to sleep now for big tattoos?
Oh yeah, to get tattoos.
Have you seen that? Would you do that?
Fuck no. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah. Okay. Shut the fuck up. Duh. The hell.
Just making
Yes,
sure.
you can cuss.
No, hell no, I would never do that.
Yeah.
I want a piece. I want a big piece. Well, not a big piece. I want like half a sleeve, but I'm also like, do I want it? I love the way it looks, but I don't know if I want
We get this little ass tattoo with 2 letters and 1 number, and this girl's now obsessed with tattoos.
Well, I'm only at number 3 now, and it's been what, 3 years?
No, not 3 years.
2.5.
Okay.
2021.
That feels like yesterday when we were all in Vegas together, living it up.
I know.
But no, this is my childhood best friend, literally S3G since 3rd grade. It's the gang, and she knows me probably better than most. We've come a long way.
A long, crazy way, but it hasn't been like too crazy, thankfully. That's what I love about our friendship.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely had our fights, but what was our biggest fight ever about?
That's when we were younger, though. Like, the last fight I could remember, honestly, is maybe freshman year. Like, because you left sophomore year.
I remember a fight that we had.
I don't remember.
It was after you graduated high school. I graduated a little bit sooner than you, I think, because you guys later. We're the same grade, but you graduated later in the year than I did.
Like 2 months later.
Yeah. So
it was a fight.
It was after your graduation party, and I had asked.
Bro, I remember you taking my car.
I didn't take your car.
No, remember at my graduation party.
Yeah.
Remember how we had like a sleepover at Dave & Buster's with our graduation group, and you had asked because you couldn't come with me and you were in town, so you're like, hey, let me borrow your car because it's overnight, and you went and saw somebody.
I did?
Yeah, and you got a flat tire on my car, bro.
No, I didn't.
You don't remember this?
No.
Yeah.
I got a fucking flat?
Yeah.
Wait, who was I going to see?
Should I say it? I think it's Tony.
No, it wasn't.
I swear to God.
That's okay.
I think it was Tony.
That's hella funny. What the
That's
fuck?
what I remember. What do you remember?
I remember, like, me probably wanting something and you being an asshole about it and me, like, yelling at you.
Really?
I was being really mean. I remember. I don't remember what it was about, but I was being a bitch. Yeah. So I got a flat tire. Then what? What happened?
Honestly,
I just fucking sat there.
I don't remember now. I remember. I think you were driving on the flat tire because we got back to my school, and you had met me there. It was like early in the morning because it was like almost like a 12-hour thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think you were sitting there and you were upset, or you hit something. It was something to do with my car. I think it was a flat tire.
Did I have to pay for it?
No. I remember I had to like explain it to my brother because I think it was my brother's car at the time. My older brother.
Oh, okay.
Vlad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bruh.
I know.
What the fuck? My bad, bro.
No.
Yeah, literally. But that's another thing. It just kind of tells you about like our friendship because
Literally.
This is shit I don't even remember getting a flat tire.
I know. It's because we have so many memories.
We do have a lot of memories.
We did some crazy shit.
What's one of like the key things that you remember? Like what, just in childhood in general, like growing up in a small town outside of a big town. Like Vancouver's actually a lot bigger than people. And it's not Vancouver, Canada. Everyone thinks it's Vancouver, Canada. It's fucking Vancouver, Washington. Across the bridge from Portland.
Yes.
It's a small like town, but it feels kind of big.
Well, yeah, like it's big because it's like pretty populated. It has a lot of people and it has a lot of like suburbs around it, but
everyone knows everyone. Yeah. Very similar to Sacramento. Everyone knows fucking everyone. Not just everyone in Vancouver. Everyone in Portland and Vancouver.
Yeah, like everyone knows each other from different schools. Like every single school, you know, at least a minimum of like 5 to 10 people.
Yeah, deadass.
And you don't even know how the hell you know them.
No, it's crazy.
But I just feel like the biggest thing is tying back to it being a small town right next to a big city, is that we would literally always try to be going to Portland all the time. Literally our whole childhood, that's all we ever wanted to do. I don't know why, honestly. I think, well, there was more to do. There was, malls and stuff to do, and like, trying to do bad things behind our parents' back.
Well, I knew I was a city girl at a young age.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew I liked big cities when I was younger, and I think that's just like inherent in me.
Absolutely.
But do you like big cities?
Yeah. I haven't been to enough big cities. I mean, obviously I've traveled quite a bit, but I haven't experienced anything like close to like New York. I feel like I don't even know what the biggest city I've been to.
So living in a small town, you literally were born and raised in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Like, you've lived there your entire life.
Literally.
When is it time to skedaddle? When is it time to fucking leave?
It would have been time a long time ago.
It was time a long time ago?
Yes, but...
Like, wait. When's a long time ago? Like, after high school? Or during college?
You already know. I've always been wanting to move, especially move, with you. You try to talk me into it multiple times.
Yeah, well, no more roommates for me. No,
yeah.
I'm just kidding. You're my sister.
No, but my biggest thing is my family, my mom. Leaving her alone, it's so hard for me. Even, like, I could live in the same city as her, and I think she'd be fine. I know that she'd be fine. But I'm just, like, such a caring person for, like, one of my last family members, because obviously I only have my brother out here now, which I'm not close to at all. But leaving my mom is so hard. I don't trust anybody to help her if she needed help. So that's, like, my biggest setback with moving.
Well,
and
why would you just take her with you and just pack her up?
I wish. No, she's too old for it, dude. She just would not find enough friends, She has all her friends and family here. It would be wrong to take a 70-year-old out of the city that she's been in for a long time.
I hear you. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about, well, I want to say that's how I feel about my dad.
Yeah.
Because now that I am back in Sacramento and he is getting older and I'm really all he has, it does come into my mind as consideration. But I also am okay with being selfish. This is going to sound bad. I'm okay with being selfish because if it's going to put me in a better position to help my family, then I'm going to do it.
Absolutely.
Like, for example, when I was living out here before I moved to Las Vegas in 2018, or when I was living out here, I was living with my mom. She had a boyfriend at the time. And, like, my dad's still all that he has, right? And I just wasn't doing well, like, financially, or I just wasn't, like, making the right decisions. And then when I started dancing, I was making more money dancing in California, but then when I found out about Vegas, I was like, oh shit, like I gotta go where the money's at, like I gotta go and, get whatever the opportunity is, like take advantage of it. And it was so, like, I wouldn't say it was last minute, but it was something where it wasn't really too well planned. I just was like, I'm gonna go try it out in Vegas. If I do well, then I'm gonna move there. Right. And I didn't tell my parents, like, hey, I'm going to Vegas to go try something out, and then if it's good, like, I'm going to move there. No, I had to come up with a whole fucking lie of, like, why I was moving to Vegas.
Literally everybody.
Yeah, but then when I moved to Vegas, I started doing really well. And then from there, I just was in a better position to help my parents. And although they missed me, I knew that they understood, and I've been able to help them and, like, do certain things for them, which I know they appreciate and they're proud. And even now being back in Sac, the only reason why I'm in Sac is because I don't have any location specific that is really tying me. Like, I don't have to be here, but I choose to because I do love the city and I do want to do things here that require me to be present. And it's just a bonus that my dad lives out here, but obviously my mom's in Florida. And I think that as, like, when we're really young, we're so selfish and we're thinking about ourselves. And then as we get older, like this age right now, we are starting to think more about our parents. And the only thing that I would be concerned about, like, if I was in your position was, like, and I know that your mom probably feels like this too, like, if you do have a goal of moving or doing something different, that she doesn't, that you don't you don't hit 40 years old and like, damn, I never left.
I know, and that's what I feel like right now. Obviously, it would have been easier, like, in 2018, 2019, like, when we were younger, being more spontaneous, moving and doing things, because obviously now I could be coming back to my city and doing whatever. But I don't know. I know that my mom would never hold me back. I know that she would feel guilty for it for sure. And she's always said, like, go do your own thing. But I just have, like, just the deepest love for my mom. Obviously, my dad passed away, so she's literally all alone. And I just feel bad. I don't want her to be lonely.
No, I get it.
So it's hard. And honestly, there's nothing that is, like, pulling me yet to move anywhere.
Yeah,
so I feel like if it was like a business opportunity or something that I couldn't turn down, I know that I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat, and everybody would be super supportive. But, you know, right now I kind of have an excuse to stay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you're already on your big girl shit, and that's like one thing too that I wanted to talk about, like just from the questions that Izzy had posed. But let's first get into how we met.
Yes.
Do you remember ever, like, do you remember the first time you saw me?
I don't. Honestly, I think it was in class.
Seeing your ass.
Well, yeah, we were in the same class. But I think it was a specific class. I remember a specific teacher, but I can't remember.
We had the same teacher. What do you mean same class?
We didn't have, like, different classes in elementary school?
In 3rd grade, we were in the same class.
I know, but, like,
No,
it's
you
not
had
like
the
high
same
school?
teacher. No!
I
How do you
can't
not know
remember.
this? It's the same. Wait,
I
no,
can't
it's not the same
remember.
in middle school, but in
Okay.
elementary school, you had the same teacher
throughout the whole year.
They just teach you different like fucking subjects.
Yeah. Okay.
Who did we have for 3rd grade? Do you remember? You definitely don't. I think it's Miss Grissom.
Miss Grissom. That's what I was gonna say, bro.
That's funny. I can't believe I just
thought
pulled
it was
that out
like
my
my
ass.
like first teacher or something.
3rd grade is when I came.
I know. I'm saying I thought that she was like a first grade teacher.
Oh, maybe she is. I don't know.
Maybe. But yeah,
I
think it was her.
I had the cool 5th grade teacher though. What was his name? Mr.
Oh, Mr. Yeah, me too.
You did? You had him too? Oh,
yeah, the old white guy?
No, he's not old. He was young and cute.
Oh, maybe not.
Okay, anyways. So we met 3rd grade, and we despised each other.
Yeah.
We fucking hated each other. We fought over this girl named Julene.
It was a girl that introduced us, pretty much.
Yeah, she introduced us, and immediately, like, we hated each other because I was taking Julene away from Stephanie.
Yeah, because that's when you had just moved out there, right?
Yeah.
And me and Julene had been friends since, like, kindergarten.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she has a new best friend come in. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't even know how me and her hit it off, honestly.
I don't either, yeah.
But that's funny. She was always cool.
Yeah, very, very cool.
But yeah, and then I ruined your birthday party, and then now we're best friends. I don't even know how this shit happened,
honestly. Yeah, it's way too long ago. I don't even remember how we, like, ended up becoming friends.
Do you feel like if we met right now, we would still, like, become friends?
I think so.
Do you think we're pretty alike?
I think we're alike and very unalike.
We're very unalike as well.
Yeah. Like, alike and unalike. I feel like we're, like, opposites in a way. Like, it's corny as fuck, but, like, opposites attracting. Like
two
a yin and
negatives
yang.
make a positive.
Yeah, even though some people are like, no, that's toxic as fuck. Yeah. But I don't think so. I think that we, like, bring to the table things that, like, we need for each other, you know?
Yeah. So you mentioned that we both are, like, alike and unalike.
Yeah.
So, and we do things to balance each other out. So what do you feel like I do for you that helps you in your life?
I feel like really your whole mindset, like anytime that you speak, anything that you say, I feel like really, really helps me. You've really changed me as a person, especially with us growing up, like in the last couple years. Obviously, with you leaving dancing, like your mindset, like shifting a little bit, which it was never bad before. You have always been so motivated and, you know, driven. But I just feel like you have the perfect, like, third person, like, perspective on, like, situations, whether it's like life or whatever's going on. And you are just always very truthful. And even if it'll hurt the person, but you'd never hurt the person that you're, you know, trying to give advice to, you'll just be very truthful and tell them, like, you're always helpful, I feel like. Just always helpful. At least for me.
So sweet.
For me, yeah.
Stephanie. Stop. That is so sweet.
Of course. That's how you've always been, though.
No,
honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's, I think back to, like, when we were young, and I just feel like I was a fucking, like, little cunt. Like, I was just, I do feel like I've always had, like, overall, like, a good heart. But I definitely felt like I was just so, I've been smoothed out. I was way more edgy back then.
A little edgy, yeah, but you were just ride or die for your friends. Honestly, all that you ever wanted to do was just hang out with your friends, see your friends,
Really?
and do things for people. Yeah, always. And you're still that way. And now, you know, you have money. so.
It helps.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, yeah, I definitely did love hanging out with my friends, and I love doing stuff for people for sure.
Yeah, and like you said, you're very much so a city girl, and you love doing things. I don't remember ever seeing you like doing nothing and just sitting at home. Honestly, like this past weekend, this is like the first time that I've seen you like super chill, and not like really caring about like being on the go.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Just always been that way, and I'm happy for this new era for you.
Yeah, me too. Me too. That's so sweet. And I try to think back like to younger me, and like I'm just so grateful that you're still here because I've done like I just feel like my personality and the way I am can rub people the wrong way, or it can like I don't know, like because of how much has happened over the last fucking almost 2 decades we've been friends, like 2 decades.
Almost, bro, 18
That's
years.
Fucking insane.
18 years.
That's crazy. Like you would think that we would have grown apart. Like we've both grown so much, and like we've done so much, and we've been through so much that I think it's almost like because we've been friends so long, like there's no way we cannot because there's like a portion or there's a piece of loyalty that at this point it's like you can't
for sure that. And I think it's like you moving during high school obviously broke my fucking heart. My best friend left me.
I had to move once and I had to move again.
Yeah.
It was like a fucking shit
show.
You
came back for what, like 6 months?
A year. I came back for a year.
Yeah. Not
middle
of
the freshman to middle of sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my dad gave it a year to get a job and he couldn't find one. So.
Exactly. But I feel like that really helped us. Obviously, if you have friends that you spend way too much time around, just like it said, like people say, don't move in with your best friend, don't move in with your friends. Like as a roommate, that friendship's never gonna last. I feel like that really like not helped us, but like that's what kept us really, really close because the distance is what was the only thing between us, between our friendship. And we've seen each other through everything, and I feel like honestly, we've never done each other dirty. Like we've never had a time and point where we hated each other or like we resented each other to like where like I would never trust you again.
Yeah, only like that freshman year.
Yeah,
I don't remember what the fuck that was about.
I don't even know what happened. Honestly, obviously, it wasn't that important.
Probably you did fuck with Andre after. Well, I didn't really fuck with Andre tough, but Vancouver is such a shit show. Oh, yeah. Sean,
okay, I remember.
I was really into Sean. Okay, but it's okay.
But you were out of town.
I was out of town. I wasn't there no more. You know what I mean? But no, we don't even have the same type at all.
Yeah.
I think we used to have a similar type, and now we both have our types are fucking
very different.
Very different. So we don't ever have to worry about that, and
even if we did, it was so quick that beef
it's
squashed
literally
so fast.
just and you're right. We really don't fight. I feel like we understand each other so much. We respect each other so much.
Yeah.
And that's really what you need in a good friendship to sustain something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning how to be a good friend, to be honest, because one of my biggest issues is I can be very controlling. I always want things a certain way. I want it my way.
Right.
And that's another reason why I feel like I'm so motivated to obtain things because once I can obtain it, I can have a lot of things my way.
Yeah, well, that's why I feel
but if not, I have to learn to fucking deal with it.
Yeah. Well, that's why our friendship has lasted so long too, is because I'm used to you. When you meet somebody, you show who you are right away. You're not fake. You don't try to go into it easy or this is me, be my friend or not. But I've known you like that, for the last almost 2 decades, so I'm used to it, and there's nothing wrong with it at all. There's nothing wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with, being a little crazy or a little out there, because you're fucking fun, bro. You're fun. You're not a boring person. You're not boring at all. You never have been. Yeah. So I don't know how somebody couldn't like that.
Period. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. No, I literally wanted to also give you your flowers because we've known each other so long, and a part of us is still we're still the same from when we met each other, but we're also so different. We've grown so much, and sometimes when I'm talking to you or looking at you, I'm like, oh my god, this is my best friend. I've known her so long. I don't really notice things, but since I've been around you more and more and more, I'm so proud of you. Number one, you really get shit done. I don't know why. I'm just I've never questioned that you got shit done, but just how on top of everything you are, and you literally are an adult. That's so fucking crazy.
It is really
bro.
crazy.
And you're honestly very thoughtful and caring. You're constantly asking people, how are you? Even when I'm watching you and Jared, you're just literally oh, like, smell this. Like, what do you think about that? Like, you're just always constantly trying to involve people. And and also, I always get nervous, like, introducing people to other people because I'm like, are they gonna know how to fucking communicate? Like, do these people know how to communicate with anyone besides me?
Literally.
Like, and then I'll see you, like, interact with my friends. I'm like, oh my god, Stephanie's having a conversation. I'm like, it's so cute. Like,
that's how I feel about you too, bro. When
really?
you come into town all the time.
Really?
Literally, I think about that all the time.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You're like, is she gonna be able to communicate with these people?
No, I'm like worried that they won't be able to communicate with you, or like you won't like them, but you are able to get into whatever crowd is in front of you. Like, you're able to communicate and adapt.
I'm trying to get more into the country crowd.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. But no, yeah, I just like look at you and I look at how much you've grown and like how much you've evolved, and also on top of that, you are not a pushover. Like, I think maybe when we were younger, like, I was the influencer in a lot of shit, and I'd be like, Stephanie, let's go fucking steal this. Let's go do that.
Go sneak out.
Let's go fucking, let's go start a riot. Like,
literally.
But now, like, and not that I'm, like, the one trying to push you over. I'm just saying, like, with people, I've noticed, and I don't know if you, like, you can tell me if you agree with this or if you notice it as well, but you're just very, like, I feel like you used to be a lot more emotional back in the day, or, like, you just were very quick to let someone do you dirty and you get really upset. For sure. But now I feel like you're just so much, like, you're just so strong. Like,
thank you.
I feel like the experiences that you've gone through over the last few years, especially, like, obviously with, like, your dad and everything, and, like, that had a big impact as well. Like, you're just so strong. Like, you're so strong. You're so strong-willed. Like, I love you.
I appreciate
it. I'm so grateful for you.
Thank
you're
you.
literally a grown-ass woman.
Like, I know. I feel like I'm staring at my child growing up. Yeah.
I know. And it's like, crazy. We really can't. We can never lose this, for sure.
No, never. And sometimes we'll go, you know, well, for a while we were going, like, maybe seeing each other once a year, maybe a year and a half, obviously when COVID happened too. It was a while, but we've been seeing each other a little bit more often.
Yeah, and I want to keep it like that.
Yes.
I want to keep it like that because we also are pretty close. Like, it's not like I'm all the way on the East Coast or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, we're just so mature now. Obviously, age doesn't always mature you, but I feel like for sure nothing can drive a wedge between us.
There's really nothing that could affect our friendship, but here's something that I am a little scared of, because obviously I had my retirement party when I quit dancing, and this person that I've known longest besides you is, you know, and she didn't come to my retirement party. She had said she was going to come, and last minute she said that, you know, she had to work or whatever. She was going to look at tickets and they were too expensive. Like, it was just, like, she wasn't willing to do whatever it took to be there for me on, like, something that I asked her for, which, by the way, I don't ever ask people for shit, like, especially something that big, like, you know what I mean? Or if it's not that big of a deal, like, I'm not going to trip if they can't go. Or
and it's not like it's a birthday, like, you can do it again next year.
Yeah,
like, it's
no, this is, like, a big, like, this is a big deal for me, and obviously I was, like, coming out about dancing and stuff. So when she did that, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to forgive you for this, like, and I blocked her. And then I was, like, so ruthless and heartless about it, and I did unblock her, and I haven't reached out. I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm waiting for the perfect moment, but I'm just like, I don't feel the need to reach out right now, but it does break my heart that happened, because that was someone that I looked at as, like, a sister and a best friend, and, like, I'm close with her family. She's, like, close with mine.
Exactly.
And it sucks, and that's another reason why I feel like maybe I'm not as good of a friend to some people, because I've realized my circle is, like, so small. Like, I've only have, like, a very few key people that, I mean, I obviously know a ton of people, and I, like, have a ton of associates, and, like, I go out and I'll have a great time, but I've noticed that my circle is really, really small. Like, there's a mixture of, like, you, who I've known forever, then there's people that I've met recently that I actually do look at, like, family, like, because there's a loyalty, and there's a respect factor, and there's, like, so many things that go into it. But then I've also realized, like, people that want to elevate, or people that grow, or people that have big goals and ambitions and are honest and truthful and stand by certain values, they have a low amount of friends.
Exactly.
Or a low amount of, like, really, really, really good
That's
friends.
what I was going to say. Yeah. They, like you said, they have a lot of associates and people that, you know, they can hang out with or, like, invite people, like, to things. But literally ask anybody our age, or especially older than us. It's going to be so little, like, actual close friends that you can trust. And usually it's the friends that have been around the longest.
Yeah, for sure. And I agree.
And it just comes with age.
Yeah, and that whole, like, thing, like, it sucks that happened, but even with this whole situation recently, like, I've been thinking so much, like, if I was on the outside, like, I'm me, and I'm looking at me going through whatever I've gone through, I would want someone like me in my fucking corner. Like, if you are going through anything, or if any of the people that I look at, like, very, very close, and that's another reason why I'm, like, very picky over who I trust or tell things to, or who I can really, like, spend a lot of time with, because if they go through something, like, I feel like it's happening to me. Like, I feel like I'm going through it, and I will go to fucking war for the people that I love. Like, I will 100%, like, have their back. I'll do anything I can to help them. Like, that's another, like, that might even be a downfall, honestly. But, like, even my mom is, like, my best friend. Like, whenever my mom was going through shit, bro, like, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Like, there's, and this is another thing, you know Ty Lopez, right?
Yeah.
So, and I've talked about this a million times, but he was on this podcast, and he was like, they had asked him a question. They were like, so what do you look for in, like, a life partner? Or, like, what do you look for in, you know, someone that you're dating? And he's like, well, I don't know. Like, you know, he's, like, all scientific and shit. He's like, the male species. Like, he's, like, going all fucking in-depth and shit. Anyway, the main piece that I took from it was that he said, I would need a resourceful partner. Basically, he said, if I was wrongfully convicted of, let's just say, murder, and they had put me in a jail in Ecuador, she would find a way to break me out.
Absolutely.
Like, literally. And I'm like, bro, that is literally me.
That's
like,
literally you.
If I had a friend that was literally, I think it'd be in the fucking U.S. jail system. If they were wrongfully convicted, I would go to school to become a lawyer. Yeah. Just so I could fight their case.
Or you know so many people, you would find somebody to do it. I would
go and I would search up the most successful criminal attorney in the fucking universe. Exactly. And I would hire him or her right there on the spot to defend that person. Or get them, or, like, open up the case again. Like, that's what I would do. Yeah. And there's not enough people like that. That have these friendships, and people have to learn the hard way that there's a lot of people that aren't their friends, that aren't willing to go to, like, ride or die for them. Doesn't mean that those people wouldn't do it, they just wouldn't do it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Or it has to be, like, such a severe circumstance or, like, case for them to do it. Like, you're dying, they're like, okay, yeah, obviously I'm gonna come. But
obviously, if you're dying, you're not gonna show up. Hello.
Yeah, but it's, like, always for negative things. It's never for a positive. It's never like, oh my God, I'm doing this in my life. Like, please come with me. They're like, oh, well, you know, you're doing good, so it's gonna be fine if I don't come and do it. I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. And I also feel like a lot of times when you're losing friends, it's as you're elevating. Like, every single level I've ever, like, or I guess imaginary level that I've ever felt like I've kind of gone to, like, there's been tiers of people. Like, I'll look back on, like, oh, when I was doing this, I had this friend group. When I was doing this, I had that friend group. And, like, I'm still cool with some of them. Or, like, if I saw them, it's no bad blood. Yeah. But people just grow apart. And that's also why I feel like I'm a little bit afraid of commitment. Because people grow apart. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if I can't grow alongside this person, or they can't grow alongside me?
Well, it's a very different dynamic when it comes to romantic relationships and, like, friendships. So I wouldn't compare those two different levels of commitment. Obviously, I can speak from from experience, but it's very true. Yeah, friends, that's why I'm very, very thankful for you. Very thankful because, like you were saying, you would go to, like, crazy depths for somebody. You literally have for us in the past. I mean, obviously, it was with stupid shit, like when we were young. Like, getting to Portland when we're, like, freshman year, we're like, how the hell do we do this? But you always find a way to sneak out and never get caught, too.
Yeah.
Most of the time. I mean, there's been a couple times.
I have definitely gotten caught
But, yeah, you always go, like, whatever you want to do, you get shit done.
And I just want it to be known, like, on the podcast, I am going to be your maid of honor.
Oh, yes, 1,000%. Okay. Trust me.
Verbal agreement.
Victoria already knows.
Did she? You told her?
No.
You probably texted her right after it.
No.
I brought this shit up. I was like, Stephanie, something's been on my mind, and I have to fucking address it right now.
Nowhere.
I was like, am I going to be your maid of honor, or is it going to be Victoria? Because it's like her little sister, it's your cousin. So I'm like, am I going to be your fucking maid of honor, or is she? Because I know y'all kick it all the time. So you're like, of course you. I'm like,
bro, that's where my loyalty stands. That's where my loyalty shows.
Yeah, we're gonna have
2 decades? Come on. At least you could be my maid of honor. At the least.
At the bare minimum. Yes.
Obviously, like, we used to, I guess, fight over dumb little fights like siblings. Like I said, nothing that would ever tear us apart. And we're very, very close. besides blood, like sisters.
I feel like regarding need, it's more so like that's what I also call her a fucking lot more than she calls me.
I know,
but I feel like you fulfill the need for me of like just feeling like I have a home base, like just that support system, somebody that knows me, and your intentions are just like so pure, and I don't want to. Because of your personality, because of how well you know me, I feel like I can come to you and like just talk to you, and just you'll never do me wrong. Like you literally just want to see me win. Like that genuineness and that pureness is so obvious. Yeah. Like I don't ever have to question it. So it's like with you, I just feel like when I call you, when I talk to you, when I spend time with you, I just feel safe. Like I feel like this is home. Like this is my sister. This is my best friend. We're gonna be together. We're locked in for life. So I'm like. I could literally say anything. I could do anything. Well, maybe not anything, but I could do a lot of things. I could just be my full self. Yeah. And that's really what I feel like you need. Like, I don't even want to make it like, oh, you do this for me. Like,
yeah, no, it's not things.
Yeah, it's not a thing. It's like a feeling. It's like
100%.
I can't explain it. Just like you said, I really can't explain it.
I feel the same way. We can talk to each other. Obviously, we know each other very, very well. And for me, I feel like I would never judge you for anything. Obviously, I've seen you at your worst, at your best. Although I am a little salty that you kept a secret from me for 4 years. Can't believe you couldn't trust me with that one.
I could. Well,
but
people in relationships, they be telling their partner and shit, bro. I know you would have spilled the beans with him.
Well, back then, I would have to like think back to like where I was and who I was at that
4
time.
4 years without telling him, without slipping.
I don't think I would have, honestly. But I get that. Of course, I understand it. I would never like. Do it out of
it was kind of like a promise to myself. But, like, I'm not going to tell anyone type of promise.
Yeah, of course. And I'm salty, but I'm not actually salty. Okay, but the same thing for you. Honestly, like, you have seen everything that I've gone through. You know me very well. And even though we live different lifestyles, like, you would never judge me, too. Just the way that I would never judge you. And we can still come together and be best friends. And honestly, I don't understand. Truly. I don't understand how we could still be such good friends and just because it's so good and pure, just like she said, I feel like we just have this bond that you can't explain and that nobody else has.
Yeah. Period. And literally, even when we were out, let me just add this too. When we were out, I was like, I hope Stephanie doesn't feel like I'm ignoring her, because like I had other friends there and shit. Yeah. But I was like, at the same time, I'm like, Stephanie knows me so fucking well, bro. She knows. Yeah. That's like my girl. Like I would never intentionally ever.
Yeah, and I've been in situations like that before. Obviously, with going out with people or like being in a new crowd.
Let me just say this too. It's because you also had Jared, so I was like, okay, she's fine.
Yeah. Obviously, I have my partner with me, but I've been in situations like that all the time, and honestly, I can acclimate to any of my surroundings, anyone around me. And I love people. I love talking to people, especially with my profession right now. I love meeting new people. I want my roster to be big.
I've already noticed the growth in that too. Like you talking and shit. I'm like, bro, Stephanie, you go, girl.
I'm a grown woman.
I'm like, yes, I love it. Good. I'm
so sweet.
I'm so happy you're here. Now we about to go to the King's game and get ready. Eat some sushi rolls. They got sushi there. Ooh. Yeah.
That's our number one favorite thing. To eat together all the time.
Oh, well, yes, together. We've been eating a lot of Mexican, so we need to switch that.
Yeah, we need some sushi. Yeah.
This is Rachel.
This is Stephanie.
And if you want to know any of our dirtiest secrets, any of our wild shit, DM any of us about the other one, but it's going to cost you.
It's going to cost you. That was good. That was good. I like that.
Okay. Love it.
Calm down before you stress up the groove. The energy a little different when the blessings accrue. Hey, who you talking to? Just know I ain't no regular fool. Could be anything in the world, but I can never be you. Because I stand tall like I'm on my tiptoes. Baby, you think a little too small. I got big goals, baby.